Hey, what happened with that job interview? I thought I remembered you saying something about an interview for a job that your old college friend told you about. Was that today?
Yeah, I just got out of it a little bit ago. They didn't keep me waiting either. They hired me right on the spot.
Wow!
I'll be starting there bright and early on Monday morning.
That's fantastic news! So are they going to pay you more than your old company did?
Wow, you wasted no time asking about the pay.
Yeah, well, I'm your wife. And since your pay directly affects our lifestyle, I'd say it's only natural that I'd be the most interested in hearing about that.
Yeah, I guess you do have a point. From what they told me today, at first I'll be getting about the same as I was getting before. But looking to the future, I'm pretty sure I'll be looking at a much higher income potential than my last company that went bankrupt.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess as long as it's not lower, that's fine. It's better than you staying unemployed forever anyway.
Oh, and by the way, one of my new colleagues invited me to a restaurant for lunch, so I'll eat with him and then come home.
Okay. I'm going to see a friend too. We're gonna go clothes shopping at the mall, and we'll be back pretty late.
Shopping? Again?
You got a problem with that?
Just don't spend too much, okay? I don't think you're aware that your spending habits are a big reason we haven't been able to put much away in savings.
Yeah, whatever. I got it. So like I said, I'll be home late. Don't wait up for me. I don't believe you. Is this for real? What is your problem? Seriously, you lied to me.
Gloria? What's going on? What do you mean I lied to you?
You told me that you got hired at a company making phone apps, but now I learn that you're really just a toilet cleaner?
What?
I was out running errands and happened to be near your new office, so I figured I'd stop by and see what the building looked like, maybe step inside if I could, and what did I see when I got there? I saw you cleaning toilets at the park across the street.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? I haven't gone outside since I got to the office this morning. I wasn't cleaning toilets.
Oh yeah? If you weren't cleaning toilets, then why did I see you cleaning toilets?
I'm telling you, other than my lunch break, I've been staring at a computer screen all day today. And I ate lunch at my desk, so I honestly have no idea what you're talking about. Are you sure you're not mistaking me for someone else?
Don't patronize me. You think I wouldn't recognize my own husband's face when I see it? It was you.
I'm not patronizing you. I'm just telling you, whoever you saw cleaning toilets at the park, it wasn't me.
Ugh, are you seriously gonna keep this up?
I have nothing to keep up, Gloria. I'm telling you the truth. Why don't you go back to the park and talk to whoever that guy was? That'd prove he isn't me. If you're so sure he's me, why don't you go and try and confront me?
You already left. I saw you leaving. Plus, even if you were still there, I would never even think about talking to you. I wouldn't want anyone to know that I'm the wife of a park toilet cleaner. Ugh, disgusting.
Okay. Well, I think belittling people who are undoubtedly working very hard to make a respectable living is pretty uncalled for. But again, the moment I got to work, I sat right down at my desk, and I haven't moved from this spot except to go to the bathroom.
Are you not listening? I saw you with my own 2 eyes.
It wasn't me.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't. This is going nowhere. Let's talk about this more at home, okay? I can't take any more time away from working than I already have.
Oh, what's the matter? You have to head to the next toilet to clean?
I don't clean toilets.
Enjoy your basic manual labor. So, Ken, I'm divorcing you.
What?
I just can't get over the fact that you've got a job cleaning toilets. That's just too much for me to handle. You said that you were going to make the same as before, but now it's pretty clear that was a lie. What kind of low-down, good-for-nothing man lies to his own wife about his salary? I'm not staying with a filthy liar. I'm divorcing you. I can do better.
What? Gloria, I've been telling you all day. You're making a mistake. Why don't you call my company and ask them? You can ask anyone in my department. They'll tell you that I was at my desk all day. The department secretary will give you my title and what time I clocked in and out today.
What am I going to learn that I don't already know? I saw you cleaning toilets with my own 2 eyes. I already know everything. I'm not wasting my time having your company tell you what I already know.
You're being ridiculous.
What's ridiculous is you lying to me about your job and salary. I'm not staying with a liar who makes minimum wage. I have way higher standards than that. It's over.
Are you telling me that you're so sure of what you think you saw from 50 or 100 feet away that you won't even spend 5 minutes on the phone to make sure you're not mistaken?
Yep, I know what I saw.
Alright then. You know, fine, Gloria. You win. Let's get divorced.
Took you long enough. I left the divorce papers on the table, so hurry up and sign them and take them to the courthouse, got it? And just so you don't go getting any stupid ideas, no, we are never, ever, ever getting back together. Goodbye, you lying loser. Enjoy your toilets. Hey, Ken, are you there?
Gloria?
Just what is going on with you, anyway? You're not a toilet cleaner, after all?
I'm sorry it took you 2 years to realize this, but no, I'm not.
Seriously?
Yes, I'm serious. But what brought this on?
A friend of mine subscribes to an IT industry magazine, and she told me that she read an article in it about you. She said an app that you designed is going viral worldwide. It's getting hundreds of thousands of downloads every week.
Oh yeah. Now that you mention it, I did do an interview a while back. I guess they put it out this month. But in any case, we're divorced, so what concern is it of yours what I'm doing?
How could you do this to me? You told me you were a toilet cleaner. That's why I had no choice but to divorce you. It's your fault I'm a divorcee.
I'm sorry, what? How could you remember that instant precisely backwards? It was you who somehow got it into your head that I was a toilet cleaner, and it was you who divorced me because of that misconception. I told you, time and time again, that I was not a toilet cleaner, that I was a regular employee at an app-making company, but no matter what I said, you would not listen to a single word. And now you're calling me a liar because of that? Give me a break, Gloria.
Don't try to put this all on me. You agreed to the divorce, didn't you? You could have done more to convince me not to divorce you. You made zero effort to prove that you weren't a toilet cleaner. Our divorce was mostly your fault. You're not going to get out of taking responsibility for your actions.
This is the most egregious case of projection I've ever seen. I told you you could have called my company to confirm, but you refused to do even that. Explain to me exactly how it's my responsibility that you were too stubborn to even make one phone call. And as for agreeing to the divorce, what was I supposed to do? My wife has so little faith in me that she won't even believe me when I say that I'm not a toilet cleaner. I lost all my affection for you that night, Gloria.
But...
Oh no, don't tell me. Did you see the article about my successful app in that magazine and then decide to try and come running back to me? Tell me you're not that shameless.
I am not shameless. Out of the kindness of my heart, I'm offering to forgive your past indiscretions and allow you back into my life. A simple thank you would be nice.
Did you not see me just say that I lost all of my affection for you?
And I'm giving you another chance to reconsider.
We've been divorced for 2 years, Gloria. All the feelings I once may have had for you are long gone now. Not to mention, you yourself said that we would never, ever get back together. So tell me, Gloria, did you actually think what you're trying to do right now would work on me?
Well, I thought I'd give it a shot.
Yeah, well, you wasted your time. I have absolutely zero intention of getting back together with you. So you're going to have to move on.
Ken, wait!
No.
Ken, how could you do this? You really are scum, you know that? You had a woman other than me, you creep!
What now? This is not how I wanted to start my day. I've been single ever since we divorced, Gloria. There is no other woman.
Oh yeah? Then would you mind explaining why a woman just walked into your room?
What woman?
If any woman's gonna live with you, it's gonna be me after we get remarried. I will force her out of your life, Ken, no matter what it takes.
What? Wait, where are you right now?
Ken? Why didn't you tell me you'd moved? You had no right to hide that from me. It wasn't your girlfriend I saw. She just moved into your old apartment after you moved out. And thanks to you keeping me in the dark, now I have to pay that woman damages for all her stuff that I broke.
Have you ever taken responsibility for a single thing in your life? Like, ever? What responsibility do I have to keep the woman who divorced me 2 years ago up to date on my address? For real, Gloria.
But, Ken...
I'll tell you what responsibility I have. 0. You broke my heart 2 years ago, but you're nothing to me anymore. So you can stop blaming me for all your boneheaded mistakes.
But Ken, I'm just trying to get back together with you.
Yeah, and I'm not interested.
Why not?
Because I know what this is really about.
You do?
Your brother told me all about it just a week ago. After you broke up with me, you started having an affair with your boss at your part-time job, a married man with kids. And once his wife found out about your affair, she sued you. And she also forced her husband to fire you.
Wait, he knew about that?
Yeah, and also that you've been frantically going through your entire contact list, trying to find someone who can give you money to pay off the lawsuit. He heard you talking to your friend about reading the article about me in that magazine, as well as the two of you discussing your plan to get remarried to me. It's like I said, I know what this is really about.
Oh no, he heard me? Oh well, I guess that makes this conversation way easier. You're rich, right? Give me some money to pay off the lawsuit. Once I reach a settlement with the woman from the other day, I think it'll all come to around 100,000. You can spot me that much, right?
It's not a question of whether or not I can, but whether or not I will. And I won't.
But your wife needs you. What kind of man abandons his own wife to the wolves? I expected better of you, Ken.
Gloria, get this through your head. We've been divorced for 2 years, and I have no feelings for you anymore. I'm not remarrying you, and I'm not giving you any money.
Oh my god, are you gonna run away again?
Again with the projection. I'm running away. You're the one trying to run away from paying the $100,000 debt you bought with your own sheer stupidity by relying on the man who kicked you to the curb 2 years ago.
Where else am I supposed to get $100,000?
Get a job.
But I got fired!
You got yourself into this mess. Not me, not your brother, Not the woman whose husband you slept with. Not the woman whose apartment you trashed. You. You're going to have to learn to take responsibility for your own actions and stop blaming me for everything. This is your opportunity to turn your life around.
What does that even mean? I don't need to turn my life around. I just don't want to be poor, so come on, give me a break.
No.
Please?
There's nothing that you could possibly say or do to get me to get back together with you or give you money.
Come on, Ken, don't be that way.
I'm done with this conversation.
How about just 50,000?
I'm blocking your number.
Wait! I'll settle for 10,000.
Gloria's insanity didn't stop there. The next thing she did was storm into my office. Unfortunately for her, it was my old office. I'd moved to a different office about 6 months ago, and boy was she unhappy when she found that out. She threw a crazy tantrum and broke a bunch of office equipment, which just put her deeper in debt. And after that, she went to my parents' house. Or at least she tried. My parents' house is in the middle of a big development, and she apparently guessed wrong and stormed into the house of a completely unrelated couple. She threw another tantrum when I wasn't there, and earned herself another couple thousands of dollars of debt. I have no idea how much debt she's racked up at this point, but from what her brother told me, her parents finally had to get involved and take control of her before she made things even worse for herself. She's now under a legal conservatorship by her parents, and she's working a part-time job under close supervision while she gradually chips away at her mountain of debt.
Hey there, is this Renee, the woman engaged to a man named Frank? Who is this? I bet that right now you're starting to get concerned that your groom hasn't shown up for your wedding yet, am I right? You don't need to answer, I'm totally right. If you don't tell me who you are, I'm just going to block your number. So you have about 10 seconds to do that before I just dismiss you as some troll. Someone's grumpy. I'm Millie. I'm a 19-year-old college student, and today I'm going to become the luckiest girl in the world when I get married to Frank. What? What do you mean? Is this a prank? Oh, I know what you're thinking, but I'm the one who's marrying Frank today. But too bad for you. Frank and I have been seeing each other for 6 months now. And today, we're finally going to get married. We're having a private ceremony for just the two of us where we'll pledge our endless love for one another. In other words, he's not going to come to your ceremony, so don't bother waiting for him. Now, I bet you're just about to start crying bitter tears of anger, jealousy, and sadness over this, so I recommend you go ahead and tell all your guests to go home before things start getting really ugly. Millie? Are you the Millie who started working part-time at our company this year? Yep, that's me. Okay, well, thank you for letting me know the situation. What's with that reaction? Were you expecting something else? Oh, I think I get it. You knew this was coming, didn't you? You had already resigned to the fact that Frank would end up leaving you eventually anyway, huh? That's probably for the best. You're nowhere near good enough for him. After all, you're a 41-year-old woman who's never been married. You have to know that no man would ever really want you. Aw, it's gonna be really hard for you to find a husband at your age, huh? I almost feel bad for you. Almost, but not quite. Sorry I'm such a bad girl and took your fiancé from you, but really, think about it. I think I speak for everyone in the world when I say this, but who the hell would want to go to some old hag's wedding? Gross! I bet your fat rolls are pouring out of your white dress. And at your age, there is no way you would ever be able to have kids. I could go on, but I think I've said enough for now. It's clear that Frank will be way happier with a 19-year-old college girl like me than a dried-up old hag like you. I'm 19, you're 41. The choice is clear. It's like, what would you rather have? A fresh-baked loaf of bread or one that's been getting moldy beneath the fridge for 41 years? Oh, and in this analogy, you're the moldy bread. Is there anything else you'd like to say to me, or are you finished? What's the matter? You starting to tear up now? I have some business to attend to, and I was just about to step outside. Thanks to you, that business just increased tenfold, so if it's all right with you, we can go ahead and end this conversation here, and I'll go on about my day. What are you talking about? Oh, I see. Now you've got to go tell everyone waiting for you in the chapel that your fiancé left you standing at the altar because you're a dried-up old granny. No, that's not it. Oh, you mean no one was actually in the chapel anyway? It's like I said, who would want to see your cellulite-ridden carcass wearing a strapless dress? They'd lose their lunch for sure. Okay, well, I'll let you go and drink your sorrows away. Have a good time. As for me, I'm gonna go and exchange wedding vows with my hubby-to-be, Frank. Wedded bliss, here I come. So long, Granny. Don't forget to take your Alzheimer's meds today. How goes the wine binge, you lonely old hag? I have a name, and it's Renee. Use it. If you're 19, then you're old enough to know what is and is not an acceptable way to speak to someone. Frank's mother, your future mother-in-law, will no doubt be on your case constantly about how you speak around her. And if you're really intent on marrying him, I think you'd better prepare yourself mentally right now for what you're about to get yourself into. You're unreal. What are you doing here, trying to prove to me that you know Frank better than me? That you love him more than me? Well, I'm really sorry to break this to you. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. But I have a very, very important announcement to make. Would you like to hear it? Would you? I'm very busy, so make it quick. Just a few minutes ago, Frank and I were officially joined in the bonds of holy matrimony. We're married! Wow. Already? Yeah, already. Do you see now? That's how much Frank and I are in love with each other. Being married at 19 is the best. None of my friends are married. They're all gonna be super jealous when I tell them. Plus, that's definitely gonna put me ahead socially with the other girls on campus. I can just be like, step aside, girlfriend, I've got a husband. I can only hope that it goes that well for you. Please, keep it coming. Keep it coming. I want to take in all of your bitter jealousy. Oh, and guess what else? I'm going to move into Frank's awesome high-rise condo tonight. Ah, I see. So that's what you were after. Frank's 38, just 3 years apart from me, but we're both more than twice your age. I was curious what on earth you would possibly see in him, but everything makes sense now. Like I said, Granny, just keep it coming. I can taste the bitterness in each and every one of your texts. I think you ought to know, however, that the condo Frank lives in actually belongs to your father-in-law. Oh, really? Huh, that's weird. But whatever. I don't care whose name is on the title as long as I get to enjoy my lovey-dovey time with my new hubby, Frank. Wow. You're something else, Millie. Not many people would willingly march straight into the gates of hell like you're doing right now. I commend your bravery. Huh? What do you mean, the gates of hell? But hey, if you're happy with that, then more power to you. Hold on, what are you talking about? You're kind of freaking me out now. Best of luck in your married life. You'll need it. Boy, that was a whole lot of nothing. What were you acting so weird for anyway? His condo was totally normal. Frank and I had a wonderful first night as man and wife. I guess you were just trying to scare me or something. What a loser. You are so super jealous that I get Frank and you get to die alone. Now I know that I was concerned about nothing, so you can't bother me anymore. So seriously, can you grow up and move on? I know you're probably never gonna completely get over it, but I don't want you to be constantly trying to interfere with our marriage, got it? You're gonna have to face facts eventually, so you might as well do it now. You are never gonna have Frank. It is never going to happen. You read me? N-E-V-E-R. Never. It is over. Okay. I'm gonna go back and do a little more smooching with Frankie now. Toodles! Oh my God, being a bride at 19 is the best thing I've ever done, like, bar none. I just announced on Instagram that I got married and started my life in a high-rise condo, and I am getting swarmed with likes. My phone is totally blowing up with notifications. All the other girls are super jealous of me. You should look up my Instagram account. Do you want me to tell you my username? I've got a ton of adorable pictures of me in my wedding dress. I look fantastic. It'll show you what you could have had if you were young and beautiful like me, and not old and dried up like you. Renee, what is going on here? I have no idea. You tell me. Frank's parents just got here. Frank's mom came right up to him and gave him a huge kiss on the cheek and called him her little Frankie Poo. I thought that was gross, but then Frank called his mom Mommy. He actually called her Mommy. Oh. And then it gets worse. Frank said that his parents are gonna live together with us starting today. But that's not even all. Frank and his mom are gonna sleep together in the bedroom, and I'm gonna have to sleep on the living room couch. I've heard of mama's boys, but what the hell? Frank is 38. Let me guess. Frank's dad just looks at the two of them being an absolute gross fest, shakes his head, laughs, and pretends it's just some cute mother-son affection, right? Yes, that's exactly what he's doing. And why didn't he tell me anything about his parents living with us? Well, if you don't like the situation, you could always divorce him. Don't be stupid. I can't divorce him. I just announced to my Instagram followers that I got married yesterday. I'm not going to be a divorced woman at 19. You don't want to spend your youthful years getting nauseous at the sight of that giant mama's boy living out an Oedipus complex, do you? But if I get divorced, my social value as a woman is going to plummet. Well, you know your options. The choice is up to you. And don't say I didn't warn you. I told you that you were marching straight towards the gates of hell, didn't I? Well, I told you that the condo Frank lives in is actually your father-in-law's. His parents run a pretty big real estate company, and thanks to them, Frank is able to live in condos and apartments that would ordinarily be way, way too far above his means. You knew about that? And it was precisely the mother-son relationship that's making you sick to your stomach right now that got me to break off our engagement 2 weeks ago. Wait, what? You broke off your engagement 2 weeks ago? Yep, 2 weeks ago. We both joined our company at roughly the same time around 20 years ago. So we worked together on a lot of projects, and eventually he asked me out on a date. His work was pretty good, and he seemed like a trustworthy guy, so I agreed, and we started dating. But then one faithful day, I was unfortunate enough to witness exactly how close his relationship with his mother was when I walked into the condo unexpectedly, and, well, after that, I just could never look at him the same way again. Wow. When I very honestly told him and his mother exactly how I felt about their relationship and why I was breaking off the engagement, his mother lost it. She told me that she had chosen me, an older woman, to care for him just like she always did. And she chose you, Millie, to fulfill his desires since you were younger and prettier than me. The last thing she ever said to me was, "Fine, I knew you would never be enough to give him what he really needs, me. And if you're not going to look after him for me, then I'll just have to take care of Frank myself." Oh, and by the way, it was that little slip-up by her that made me aware of your relationship with Frank, so you have his mother to thank for that, too. Oh, no. And that was my first reason for breaking off the engagement, his disgusting relationship with his mother. So, wait, what happened to your wedding yesterday? What wedding? We canceled it a long time ago, obviously. But didn't you say that you had a lot more work to do because of me? I thought you meant that you had a lot of work to do to cancel the wedding. You know, call the venue, the caterer, the band, all that stuff. No, that's not what I meant at all. I was just so appalled that my ex-fiance's mistress would so brazenly announce herself to me like you did that I decided to move up the timeline of the punishment I was planning for you. I had to get a last-minute appointment with my lawyer. I was lucky he was free that morning. What do you need a lawyer for? Which brings me to the second reason I broke off the engagement. As I told you a short while ago, I was aware that you had some sort of relationship with my ex-fiance for some time before you texted me to rub your marriage to Frank in my face. What I didn't know was that your relationship had been going on for as much as 6 months, and that it was going on behind my back while we were engaged. In other words, that you were actually having an affair. Yeah, well, so what? I had been trying to get some hard evidence of exactly how long your relationship had been going on and how far you had gone because I couldn't move forward without it. But thanks to you, I now have all the evidence I could have ever hoped for. I'm going to sue the two of you for your affair. You can't sue me! You weren't even married yet! That's not an affair! Actually, as being engaged is, in legal terms, a contract, you could say that it's a form of tortious interference, but yes, I can sue you. My lawyer hasn't calculated the final amount yet, but you should prepare yourself to be hit for something in the realm of the low 5-digit range. What? You can't do this to me! You have only yourself to blame for getting involved with an engaged man. I think the paperwork should be ready within the next few days, so you'll be hearing from my lawyer shortly. I do recommend you do exactly as he says. Fighting this will only make matters worse for you. This can't be happening! I don't have that kind of money! I'm still in college! Millie's parents had divorced and were both remarried to different people, and they had effectively cut Millie out of their lives. Ultimately, Frank's parents had to foot the bill for both my lawsuit against him and the one against Millie. With nowhere else to turn, Millie had no choice but to accept her new position in life living together in that condo with Frank and his parents. However, one day it seems that Frank's father finally had enough of being a third wheel for his wife and son and told his family that he wanted a divorce. And since the condo was in his name, his wife and son had no say in the matter, so he promptly kicked them all out onto the curb. At the same time, Frank, who was enjoying his life married to a woman half his age, made a massive mistake on a project that cost the company millions of dollars. This led to the discovery of years of malfeasance from him, so he was unceremoniously fired. So now we find Millie in the situation of dealing with her psychotic mother-in-law and newly unemployed husband, who is also 20 years her senior. Frank was facing criminal charges for his malfeasance at his old job, so his employment prospects were less than zero. His mother was far too busy waiting on him hand and foot to even think about getting a job herself. In the end, Millie had to drop out of college and get multiple part-time jobs in order to support the three of them.